John, you see this one all over forums and reviews. People try convection expecting faster cooking times because that's what the recipe or manual says. But the food still comes out raw in the middle or totally dried out. Now they're confused and wondering if convection even works at all.
Okay, I love this one. First off, it works, okay? The caveat is it works only if you let the system behind it actually deliver on what the recipe is assuming that it's doing for you. And what I mean by that is the problem that nobody tells you about is the moment you switch on convection, you're kind of stepping into this world where no oven is playing by the same rules as any other oven, right? And that's where your timing can become so unpredictable. Most of these recipes that are out there, and I don't care where you got it, doesn't matter, right? A cookbook, a blog, even the packaging, right, of whatever you're trying to cook. When they mention convection, they're assuming a true convection system, which is that third heating element that's behind the fan. That's going to create, they're assuming really evenness of cooking from front to back, side to side, calibrated airspeed, all of these things. But that only exists in a small percentage of the ovens that are available on the market today. What most of these ovens on the market have is what I would call more of a basic convection, right? And that's when you just have that fan that's spinning in the back that's really trying to pull up the hot air that's created by the bake element below. And really what it's doing is it's redistributing that air pretty unevenly. So when you reduce the cook time by 25 degrees, like the recipe tells you to, you're actually under delivering on heat at that point, and your food ends up being undercooked, and that's where the frustration lies. And honestly, even if your oven does have a real or a true convection system, the variations with these systems are wild, right? I mean, you can have different fan sizes and different placements and different wattages and different speed controls and different cycling patterns. I mean, every brand configures these things completely differently. Some have aggressive fans that are going to truly dry out that food if you follow those standard times that it's telling you to do. Others are going to throttle back that airflow to avoid things like noise levels for you, but they're also going to run cooler than what you would expect. So, if you're treating convection ovens as a kind of a one size fits all, you're always going to be chasing timing at that point. And then you add on other things like variables like preheat behavior or rack position or load density and even your cookware. And then suddenly that whole convection advantage that you're thinking disappears completely unless you actually know what your particular oven is doing behind the scenes. And that's why the advice, on the recipe to reduce cook time or temperature, while probably is technically true under the right circumstances, it's completely unreliable in real life. So you ask yourself, what's the fix? The answer is pretty simple. You have to test your oven. And I don't care if you went from a old oven to a new oven or a good oven to a great oven, or doesn't matter. These ovens are always going to require some level of a learning curve for you. So you never want to blindly follow rules of thumbs on packages or recipes. What you want to do is trust your oven, right? Run a few small bakes, throw in some potatoes or chicken thighs, whatever, right? And watch what happens at the 10-minute mark, the 12-minute mark, the 15-minute mark. Use an oven thermometer. Use the probe that might have come with your oven. Learn how your particular convection mode behaves. Because I promise you, that oven is never going to lie to you. The problem with it is that the recipe wasn't written for your specific machine.